Hi there, my name's Sharon J. Bainbridge and I'm the author of the fairy book Butterfly Lullaby, which is just here. And that's me at my book launch back in 2007 at the Dylan Thomas Centre in Swansea. And I'd just like to talk to you today about a very unique Butterfly Lullaby fairy party. I'd like to try and find somebody to try it out for me. So if you'd like to try this fairy party out, I'll give you an example of what it's all about. So just sit back, relax and watch the film.
Come, little fairies, sit and listen. I have a story that needs your help. Shh, quiet, while I tell you the Butterfly Lullaby fairy tale. Prince Stinger was very jealous of the Queen Butterfly's love for the King and swore revenge. On the night the Queen and King's fairy daughter was born, that was when he struck. With the magical butterfly wishing book he had stolen from the Queen Butterfly, he mumbled a spell in faint buzz. Smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller he shrank, until he was the size of a very, very, very small wasp. He circled the butterfly princess's leafed cradle, and with one huge dive, he sank his powerful sting into her tiny, tiny foot. The baby fairy was now under his powers.
Okay, when you get through half the story, this is from my book, Butterfly Lullaby, but when you get through half the story and the skeleton version of the link that I'm going to send you, you'll be asked to cut out the scroll. It's going to be on a JPEG image, digital image, and you just cut it around the borders here, etc. And stick it to card, like an old cereal packet or something like that, and cut it into 8 pieces, so you could just sort of like jaggedy, you know, as if it's been torn into sort of 8 pieces there. Or you can, you know, cut it into 8 pieces and laminate it so it's more durable. It's entirely up to you. And there's Flamingo Dragonfly there with the scroll. She's delivering to Fairy Grandmother. So in part of the story, the skeleton version story, I read out this part for the children once they've collected it, so you can play the rest of the story there. So you pause it halfway through.
Thank you, children. Dear Fairy Grandmother, please come to Wet Springs to help your daughter.
So as I mentioned, I'll be sending you a link of the skeleton version of the story with lots of beautiful images from the storybook, Butterfly Lullaby, and it goes through like a very short version of the story. As you can see, it's a very big story. I mean, I was told that a 16-year-old boy actually stayed up all night to read this story, couldn't put the story down, and it actually made him late for school. Not something to be proud of, but you know, considering it's a 16-year-old boy, I was quite sort of taken back that he enjoyed the story. I thought it was just lovely that he really enjoyed it. So yeah, so I'm going to be sending you a link for the story, but you've got to remember to actually pause the story when I ask for the children to go and find the scroll, which is this scroll here. So this is the one that I've just told you need to prepare beforehand. And then at the end,
Lullaby fairies, stand up, hold out your hands. If you truly believe something very, very magical will happen, cameras at the ready, quick, hold out your hands and repeat after me. Butterfly lullaby, fairies I see. Butterfly lullaby, dreams come to me. Again, again. Butterfly lullaby, fairies I see. Butterfly lullaby, dreams.